Hey guys, Sean, Leslie Lover Dummies. It's a beautiful sunny holiday, Monday today. Home Defense 24 kit in my M17. I'm just gonna chrono 4 different projectiles. I have them all in the same magazine and I will show you here. So I have 8 projectiles in total loaded in my TIPX magazine. I will be starting with 2 of these. These are MCS Kinetics. They are 3.2 grams. Be followed by 2 of these 68 caliber destroyers, which are these guys. They are 7 grams. These are probably the only metallic projectiles you'll ever see me shoot. I do have pointy stuff. Pointy stuff and me don't get along. And my trap is on its way out, and pointy stuff really does ruin your trap fast. Next will be the, oh, you know what? I'm wrong. 5 projectiles. I cannot count. Next will be the 10.5 gram rubber coated steel balls for Home Defense 24. Followed by Grimberg Jewel V2. These are 8 grams. And last but not least will be a 9.9 gram riot ball. So I have 5 different projectiles loaded in there for a total of 10. I'll be testing with the same bottle you saw me test with in the other video. This is freshly filled to 3,000 PSI. It will test at 800 PSI when it's full, and then it kind of settles to 750, 775. It stays within 50 PSI there, and you can usually detect it when you start chronoing the numbers. Yeah, so let's get going. I will be doing probably try and squeak in another video today. I know Florian, special request from Home Defense 24 that sent me this kit, asked me to test an 88 gram CO2 in it. I definitely want to test CO2. I have what I think is an 88 gram or 90 gram that's full enough to test, but I would also like to do a video using that and going through my regular 12 and 16 gram, because as you know, my other M17 is set up for CO2, so watch for those. Okay, 3.2 grams. MCS Kinetics. 632. Oh, and if you didn't notice, I removed the flash hider just to eliminate any kind of anomalies with my chrono. Second MCS Kinetic. 632. 34. Okay, next. Shiny Reds. Those are 7 gram Home Defense 24 destroyers. 468. Second Home Defense destroyer. 464. I gotta stop pressing that button so hard. You see that? I did just drink 2 coffees, so it's early morning. Next is On Defense 24 10.5 gram rubber coated steel ball. 394. Second rubber coated steel ball. 380, and that's probably the drop right there. I forgot what I put in there now. Oh yeah, black. You can't see it, but black is a jewel V2, 8 gram. $450. Second jewel V2. 448. Man. Last but not least, 9.9 gram right ball. 406. And we had a failure to load, oddly enough. Oh! You guys, why didn't you say something? Ball on Deck magazine. So there's the final 9.9 gram rye ball. That will not fire because of the magazine designs. So keep everything equal. I put 2 in and I will fire 1 more. $9.9 gram. 410. And as you will see, magazine is empty. And there's the one that gets stuck on deck. Okay, let me just go do the calculations for those quick so we can kind of chat about it. And then maybe I'll take the best of those and just toss 1100 at it and see what number comes up. All right, so what do we learn? The lighter projectiles just don't put up the same energy. That was the 3 gram MCS Kinetics. They were like 60 joules approximately. The destroyers were 7 grams and they did about 70 joules, so heavier. They start creeping up, but I want to show you guys something. So these have been through this marker a few times and that barrel. So that's a steel barrel, right? You can see how they kind of take a little bit of damage. I wouldn't really call it damage. It's taken off the anodizing. It's not rough by any means. And these projectiles are soft comparatively to a steel barrel. So if you did remember that video, when I fired it for the first time, my mag spring went through the barrel, a projectile went through with that magazine spring in the barrel, or sorry, my follower went through the barrel. The barrel took 0 damage at all. Like I said, it's steel. It's on the heavy side, but that's a definite bonus to this barrel is you don't really have to worry about it. Okay, and then we went up to the 8 gram joules, the 10.5 gram Home Defense 24 rubber coated balls, and the 9.9 gram rye balls, and they all performed pretty much, 1 or 2 joules difference in energy. Aside from the one kind of anomaly with the rubber ball, and I don't 100%. I haven't picked through this whole container I have, so it could have been on the tight side, I don't know. But the heavy balls did the best. You could test this over and over again, and your results are always going to vary. These are air-powered markers, and as such, air is sort of consistent. Okay, well, you know what's next, right? 1100 PSI. Grimberg Jewel V2 is first because I never chronoed those on the 1100 and they did surprisingly well on the 800. They kept up with the big boys with the 10 grams. So they get first crack at a fresh bottle. So 2 Grimberg Jewels. I think I put I did put the rubber coated steel balls in next. I put 2 of those and then I put 2 ride balls. So only 3 different projectiles this time. Because I think that's probably all my trap's gonna handle these days. I'm gonna have to at least flip that over. Might have to look into something a little heavier duty. All right, Grimberg Jewel V2s, 8 gram, 1100 PSI. 512. Jewel V2, second one. 508. Rubber coated steel ball. 442. Rubber coated steel ball, 450. Last but not least, 9.9 gram fry balls. 466. Pardon me while I slap my balls down so they don't. Sorry, I just looking at all my other balls that are laying on the ground down there. 9.9 gram, last one. Oh, I did it again. I did it again. User error, user error. Let me grab another one. Okay, there is something I'm going to talk to you guys about in 2 seconds. Let me just chrono this. 9.9 gram. Or 68. You see how I did that and tuck and pull? That's so I don't point my marker at my window there. Just in case. Magazine's empty. The ball on deck. Well, there you have it. The magic 100. Achieved by the 9.9 gram ride ball. 10.5 grams, did pretty good. What surprised me the most though is actually the Jewel V2s. Theoretically, they're too large for this barrel. And they are coming out of there with a pop. 96 is no slouch. I mean, we're talking when you're counting numbers that high, just 4 joules is non-existent essentially. You know, if you were down in the 20s or 30s, yeah, you're gonna choose a projectile that is 4 joules more. But in this case, I mean, really, guys, really. But speaking of balls on deck, in my comedian of errors, this magazine, which is a TIPX magazine that has been modified to fit this SMG mag well by drilling a small hole. I did a video way back when on how to do this. Makes this marker ball on deck. Well, it's the magazine that, or sorry, the mag well that does it. It leaves a ball behind, as you saw, on 2 occasions. The Valken SMG magazine, there is barely a detectable difference. They might even look the same to you guys. But what I do know is this one, when I shoot lighter projectiles using this SMG specific magazine, lighter projectiles, I mean like so Burna Kinetics, these FSRs that are only 3.2 grams, the burn connects are 2.9, it feeds all of them. Those projectiles are approximately the weight of, you know, a standard paintball or FSR round. But when I put heavies in this, it does not feed the last round. So this follower is different. These magazines are different. Could it do with a better spring, which I have tried and failed because I didn't upgrade this ball lock spring. And what happens, you put too heavy a spring in here, the balls don't stay in the mag. You load it up and they come spurting out everywhere. So I think I'm gonna have to revisit that and put a heavier spring in this lock. Because dropping a ball is getting old. Guys, that's it for now. Hopefully I can pop out a couple more before the end of the day.